Hey guys, Angry Monkey here with a another update video. So this is the first video I guess I've recorded since the eShops shut down, and I guess I wanted to spend the first few minutes here going over all the digital stuff. If you haven't yet, I did post a video of going through the Wii U eShop and the 3DS eShop, what it looked like as kind of a way to capture history or whatever. And I know I'm like, there's no way to add funds on there, which it turns out there was a very easy way to do that. And well, it's too late to really explain it now, but before it shut down, you could have added funds to your Wii U and 3DS if you sync up that account to your Switch, add money on your Switch, and then it'll show up on the Wii U and the 3DS. So I did that, and I got some games. So I figure, you know what? I'll go ahead and show you what I got. Just I don't know if there's a way to play these on the channel, but I got Attack of the Friday Monsters, which was kind of a, I don't know. Imagine a kid in the 70s who was obsessed with like Godzilla stuff and like kind of exploring using like a kid's imagination through the small town in Japan. It was a very interesting idea, and I'm like, that sounds really cool. I'd like to get that and try it out. Have I played it? Of course not. I don't play video games. I only buy video games and sometimes play them. But no, I'm joking. But no, I haven't played it yet. But it does sound really cool. I'd love to play it soon. I also got Fluidity Spin Cycle. So the first one was on the original Wii, on a WiiWare type game, and this is the sequel. You are a puddle of water, and you have to make it through like physics-based platforms and move your puddle to like the end of the goal or whatever, and keep as much of your ball of water as you can. And it just sounded really cool, so I went ahead and got that. A lot of these games were really cheap. Okay, Tomodachi, yeah, that was already on there. And I didn't realize that I had Oracle of Seasons on here. I should have gotten Ages as well. I mean, I've got both of them on the Game Boy Color, but apparently that was a free thing years ago, and I didn't even know I had it, or I forgot I had it. This is my Mo folder. So basically, this is Pushmo. I got Pushmo, as well as Crashmo and Stretchmo. I got the full trilogy on the 3DS. I got all those. And they were pretty cheap. Like, I don't remember what I paid. Oh yeah, I got the Box Boy trilogy. So I got Box Boy, Box Boy, and then Bye Bye Box Boy. So that's the whole trilogy. It's made by HAL, which made Kirby, and it's a platformer thing with these little cubes, and I wonder if it'll show like some of the. Of course not. But yeah, it's like a cute little cube puzzle game. Like you create like these blocks to act as like a bridge or steps or whatever. You basically control the shape of what your 4 blocks would look like, and you use that to I don't know, climb up or use as a bridge or whatever. And it's like it's kind of cool, and they were really cheap too. These were like dirt cheap. So I've got the Ace Attorney trilogy on DS. But what I did get was, this was Ace Attorney Spirit of Justice. There you go. That's great. Objection! As well as Dual Destinies and Apollo Justice. So that's the 4th game. That actually was originally on DS, but I don't have that one, and it was like $2. And I'm like, you know what? Let's just go ahead and $2 or $3. Let's get the Ace Attorney games I don't have. So yeah, that one I could have bought on DS. These two were never released outside of Japan, except for like maybe mobile phone or something, but the first actual console. And I'm like, I gotta get those. They're 2 Ace Attorney games that I didn't even know existed. Of course I'm going to get them. And then the last 2 I got. So I already had Gold, Yellow, Blue, and Crystal. I didn't know I had Crystal, but apparently I had Crystal as well. And so I'm like, you know what? Let's go ahead and get Silver. And let's go ahead and get red, so that way I've got all of the Game Boy Pokemon games. Just so that way I have them. Uh, I can put them on Pokemon Home if I want. Well, Pokemon Bank and Pokemon Home, and just that way I have a way to transfer those if I need to or want to or whatever. So it was just, I just wanted those. So anyway, that's what I got on my 3DS. So now let's turn on the Wii U. And I had to put in a flash drive because I ran out of room. I'm also running out of room on the Switch. So whenever the Switch store closes, I'm gonna have to do the same thing because I got like a 1.7 gig left on the Switch, and that's not good. Anyway, I did get the Fast Racing Neo game, which is basically that F-Zero knockoff game I mentioned. I did get that. Nintendo's Greatest Bits, I apparently already had that, and apparently I also already had this Mini Mario and Friends Amiibo Challenge. It's like the Mario and Donkey Kong, Mini Donkey Kong Mario whatever series. This one uses Amiibos. I'm like, I've got like a whole shelf. I've got like almost the entire Amiibo collection. Like, why not? Why not get it? I don't know what this is, but apparently that was on my Wii U already. Now, I don't think I got any new TurboGrafx games. I did get Metroid Prime Hunters, which is a DS game that I can play on the Wii U. So I got that. I got Dr. Luigi, which is part of the Year of Luigi of 2013, which, that's weird. That was 10 years ago. So back in 2013, Nintendo was saying, hey, we're going to advertise Luigi. So, I mean, you had the... I think this... Yeah, the new Luigi U came out that year. I think... Yeah, it even says Year of Luigi on it. So I picked that up back then. But also, Luigi's Mansion 2 came out that year. And Dr. Luigi, which is basically Dr. Mario, but with Luigi. It's a little bit different. The puzzle mechanics are a little different. I can't remember how. I know I knew last week or 2 weeks ago. But yeah, so anyway, I got that because why not? Why is Advance Wars Dual Strike out here? That should go in my DS folder. And that should go... I've got these in alphabetical order. And it's annoying I gotta do all this. So I guess we'll do a small cut while I rearrange all of these guys. Unless I'm able to still come up with exhilarating commentary while I just finish this up. Which I guess I could. I mean, we're almost done at this point. Come on. Last one. Come on. There we go. Okay. My battery's low, but I'm not going to be on this that much longer. But I did get Pushmo World, which is basically the Wii U version of Pushmo. Then I got 2 Super Nintendo games off the Virtual Console. I got Breath of Fire and Breath of Fire 2. They're RPGs I'd never heard of, and I thought RPGs on the Super Nintendo are usually expensive. Now, these are under 100, but they're close to 100, or at least one of them was, and I'm like, you know what? Let's just go ahead and get both. I don't have to worry about it. Now, if I do find a physical copy, I will still get it. Assuming it's not like $800 or something, but I have a way to play those at least. Now, I already had Pikmin 3, had that on there years ago as part of a... was it a Club Nintendo thing or something? It was like a thank you for getting the Wii U in the first year, and you can choose from one of these 6 games. And I'm like, well, I already have like all those games except for Pikmin 3, or maybe there was like one other game I wasn't interested in, but I'm like, well, cool. I can get Pikmin 3 for free. I'm like, no brainer. Yeah, get that. Shakedown Hawaii, it was kind of a 16-bit, like top-down, almost old-style GTA, but not GTA. I don't know. It looked interesting. So I'm like, sure. It was like $4 or something. And then I got Joe's Diner, which I saw some gameplay of it. It kind of reminds me of like a Five Nights at Freddy's kind of thing. You're in an old diner, and you're like the closing shift, and there's nobody there. And apparently the restaurant was built on some like Native American burial ground or something. And there's like a curse, and you need to keep the restaurant quiet during like these hours. So you're constantly going around, like you're cleaning up messes, and like the sink randomly turns on, so you got to run to the bathroom and turn off the sink and stuff like that, because like it's all based on like noise detectors and stuff, and it looks like it could get pretty stressful, and I'm like, I probably won't enjoy this game past the first level, but it looked pretty cool. Let's go ahead and get it. So anyway, that's what I got on the Wii U and the 3DS as my farewell to the Wii U and the 3DS, and I'm glad that I managed to capture the eShop footage before it went down. And I hope you guys got everything you wanted. I'm sure there were a few things that I'm like, I could have gotten this, I could have gotten that. I know there were a couple DLCs that I got. I know I got the DLC because I didn't have the DLC for Hyrule Warriors, I don't think. I think that was the one I got in the last, like, 10 minutes before it closed or something, because I'm like, oh, there is DLC for it. Oh, I need to get that. I don't have that. So I got that real quick. I got one of the Sonic games on the Wii U, which I actually don't have that game, so I kind of lied and said I did, so that way I can still download the DLC, so that way I can enjoy that. And then Xenoblade Chronicles, which, man, that was like 15 gig or something for the Wii U storage. It was like 15 gig just for the DLC for Xenoblade Chronicles, that basically allows the game to run smoother. That's all it did. I'm like, why is this 15 gig? So, yeah, that was that was fun, and that's why I needed to go to Best Buy and get a flash drive for my Wii U, so that way I can back up everything I wanted to get and not worry about losing any of it. So yeah, that was cool. Especially since I ran to Best Buy, grabbed an SD card, thinking, well, that will be better than a flash drive, so that way it's not sticking out of my Wii U. And I get it home and like, why isn't it working? And they're like, oh, you need to do this format thing. I did the format thing, and they're like, oh, well, you can't use an SD card on a Wii U. It's not meant to store games. I'm like, so I spent all this money for nothing, and I can't take it back because in order to get the SD card out, you got to tear apart the entire package. So I'm like, well, because I got to run back, grab a stupid flash drive. So I got a stupid flash drive, and it was stressful. I hated that day. The day that the Wii shop closed, I hated that day. And not because I'm sad that the Wii U shop closed. I was sad and angry because of the stupid Wii U doing stupid Wii U things. Okay, I got that out of my system. No, I'm not done yet, but I gotta put my thing back, and I'll show you physical stuff that I got. So I normally don't show off books, but I did get the Pokédex for Sword and Shield. Why am I getting the Pokédex for Sword and Shield now, after Scarlet and Violet are out? I just wanted it. I mean, I like this. It's got like a breakdown. It's got all the moves that a Pokemon learns. Of course, it has like where you can find them and stats and all that. I like that. I've got a great app on my phone, but after like 2 or 3 clicks, you gotta sit through a 5-second video that you don't care about because it's like, oh well, it's free with ads. And I'm like, can I just have something that doesn't have ads? Now the only thing is this doesn't have the DLC. So there's a Pokemon that's found in the Crown Tundra or the Isle of Armor. It's not in here. The other thing is I have a living dex and sword, so I kind of don't need this, but again, I wanted it. So I got that the other day. Yeah. I can't remember if I showed him off, but I got this amiibo. Actually, yeah, I got that the same day that I got the flash drive for the Wii U. Found him at Best Buy. I'm like, I don't have him. Let's get him. So I got that. And I got the Mario Bros. Donkey Kong amiibo, which I actually didn't have that. I know you'd think like, dude, the Mario amiibos were so common. How'd you not get? I just didn't have it. I didn't. Maybe I didn't see it. I don't know. I just didn't have it. But now I do. In fact, I have a list on my phone of, and I call it amiibos I need. And this is every amiibo that I don't have. That's it. That I am this close to an entire amiibo collection, which is very exciting. And in fact, I can cross off Green Boy because that's Green Boy right there. Yeah. So I got that. Now, as far as games that I got Cities Skyline Park Life Edition. I got that on the PS4, which kind of looks like a SimCity type game, and I adore the SimCity and Roller Coaster Tycoon. I just adore those games. I played those all the time as a kid, and so if I see one, I gotta get it because it's like, oh, it's like my childhood right there. And Kaj said it was pretty good. He sent me a message and it's like, oh yeah, so here's some stuff about that game. I'm like, oh okay, that's cool. So yeah, I guess if I play it on the channel, I'll play it with him. Got a couple NES games. I got Adventure Island 2, which I got the first one last year, I guess. And so now I got Adventure Island 2. Now I just need Adventure Island 3. And the third one I got was Mega Man 6. That's a big one. So I've got 3, 4, and 6 now. And it looks like 5 and 2 are... I know 2 is still relatively cheap. I think 5 might be a little bit more expensive, and 1 is expensive. I don't know why 5 is more expensive than 6, but it is. And 1 is expensive for a reason, but yeah, so I got those. And then let's dig into my goodie bag of stuff that I got today. Because I didn't plan on going here, but I did. Anyway, so I got Rayman, the first one. This is actually my very first Rayman game I've ever gotten. So I got the first one on the PlayStation. So that's pretty cool. I had the third one in my hand as well for PS2. But I had so much stuff in my hand, and some of the stuff was a little expensive. So I'm like, I can't pull the trigger on some of this stuff. So I had to put some of it back. Now, some of it was expensive, but I did budget for it. And a couple items are so expensive, and I'm like, I budgeted for this in a separate budget. So, yeah. Anyway, I got Resident Evil 3 Nemesis on PlayStation, so I got 2 PlayStation games. I got 2 PS4 games. I got Shenmue 3. So I've got the first one on Dreamcast, and I've got the second one on original Xbox, and so now I've got Shenmue 3. And then I got the Castlevania Anniversary Collection, which has a bunch of the classic Castlevania games. Now, I've got 1, 2, and 3 on NES. I don't have 4, so now I can play 4. I know that's the Genesis one. Now, these, I think one of these is Game Boy, as you can see there. There's one of them that was for Game Boy, which I think was that one, but I could be wrong. Now, Kid Dracula, I don't know. I don't know much about Dracula's Curse, and I don't know anything about that one. But I got 8 Castlevania games in a collection. These are like the classic Castlevania games. I'm like, I gotta get that. It's really cool. I was really excited to get Baten Kaitos. GameCube games are very expensive now, and it's heartbreaking because I adore the GameCube, and their games are just scary expensive, and they're just going to keep getting more expensive. But I mean, it's complete. The discs are in great shape, and it's just I've never seen it before, or if I have, it's before I discovered its existence. Like I might have seen it like at GameStop back in 2005 or whatever, and I'm like, I'm looking for this game, and yeah, when did this game come out? 2003. Yeah. Oh yeah. Because I like to do that. I don't know when these NES games came out, but this the City game came out 2019. This Rayman game came out in 1997. This game came out in 1999. This was 2019. Like I said, that was 2003. And then this one, 2021. So I've got two more games. And these two, I budgeted for. I saved up. I put aside so much money a month for game consoles. So that way if I see a game console that I want, I can buy it right then. So I'm like, well, they're not a game console, they're just a game, but they're games I've never seen in person. And I can't even play these games yet until I get the console that actually plays these games. But I'm like, I gotta get these. Like, these are... I want to say they're so cool, I have to get them. Okay, so you know, like, you have a Holy Grail item that's like, oh, this is like the Holy Grail. Like, you have to have this for your collection. I got two unholy grails. I got a couple games that you're like, why would you, A, buy that, and B, spend that money for it? I had to get them. That's the only thing I can say is, like, I can't believe I'm seeing these. They're in great shape. One of them's complete in box, the other one's missing the manual and the, like, overlay thing, but I'm like, I gotta get these games. I got... Oh man, I'm like building up so much suspense here. You're like, dude, what did you get? I'm like, I'm getting to it. Like, I gotta build up some suspense here, because these games need that level of suspense of like, dude, what did you get? Like, I'm scrolling like through the video, trying to like fast forward so that way you can finally reveal what it is that you got. Whew, I'm kind of nervous to show these off, actually. So, I got Link, The Faces of Evil on the Philips CDI. Yes, the infamous, horrible, atrocious games that Zelda fans don't... They say that these games don't exist. I got it. But to make things worse... and I'm going to cover up the overlay, or the... I'm going to cover up the price. I also got Wand of Gamelon as well. So, since this has a manual, naturally, it was a little bit more. But, I mean, they were in, like, perfect shape. So, I got both of those. Two of the most infamous games for a console that bombed harder than any other console that I know of. Except, well, that's probably not true, but it's a CDI. That was when Nintendo and Sony were going to release a console, a disc-based console. Nintendo at the last minute, it's like, hey, sorry Sony, we're going to go with Philips and make the CDI. And Sony's like, okay, well, let's make the PlayStation in response to that. And the CDI was released. These two games, I think, were released the same day. But they had 3 Zelda games, and there was also a Mario game, Hotel Mario. So I got 2 of the 3 Zelda games. And then there's a third Zelda game, which is like live-action cutscenes, and it's like photorealistic backgrounds and stuff. And Hotel Mario has similar animation stuff to those 2 games there, but Mario characters. CDI bombed. I don't think it lasted that long at all. I mean, I can look it up right now. So if I were to look up if my, there we go, my keypad didn't want to pop up for a minute. Seriously? It was released in 1990 and was discontinued in 1998. That can't be right. That just cannot be right. I mean, it's just Wikipedia, but yeah, because those games came out in 1993, and I want to say they probably discontinued the CDI in like 95 or something. It was a very short-lived console, as far as I know. I don't know what Wikipedia is talking about with an 8-year span. That's longer than the Wii U. Although the Wii U was kind of a failure too, but we loved the Wii U more. There were there were good Mario games. There were good Zelda games for it. Not these pieces of trash. But I'm very excited to add those to my collection. Like I said, they're like a holy grail, but they're an unholy grail. So anyway, that's what I got, and let's go ahead and just show off everything. There we go. So yeah, that's what I got. The book, the amiibos, bunch of great games, and those two, and some games I got on the Wii U and the 3DS. Bunch of stuff here. Excited to add to my collection. Excited to share with you guys. As always, if there's something that you want to see me play, naturally I can't play these yet. But I'll let you know when I get a CDI, and then you can start requesting those. But until then, I've got 1,000 other games that you could recommend and be like, hey, I want to see you play Adventure Island 2. I want to see you play Rayman. It's like, yeah, sure, I'll write them down. And then when we get done with some of the games that we're already recording, then we'll go through the list and be like, okay, so we got a request to play this. That seems like a good game to play, and Kaj is here, so let's play this game, or Citrus is here, let's play this game, or whatever. Yeah, whatever. We'll go through the list of requests. So, like I said, if you've got a request, just let me know. I'll write it down. I do write down all the requests, even if I don't get to them right away, because life's busy. But I still want you guys to enjoy the content, so I want to make sure that I'm uploading stuff at the same time that you guys would enjoy watching, of course. Anyway, yeah, that's all I got for this video. If you haven't yet, don't forget to like the video, subscribe, and hit the bell so you're notified when another update video or unboxing video, or if I get back to a Let's Play. I'm still going through Pokemon Coliseum. I just haven't uploaded in a while because I haven't been able to record for a while. I don't even know if I can record for the GameCube right now, because I think my what do you call it, my adapter, AC, not AC, the whatever the TV hookup, it's like midnight. Oh, 12:02. Yeah, it's like 12:02 when I'm recording this. So I'm being dumb right now. I can't remember what it's called. The TV cable. It's kind of cutting in and out, so I don't know if I'm actually able to record for it right now. I need to buy another one. But I hope to get back to Pokemon Coliseum soon, because that's a great game, and I hope I can meet back up with Citrus and Kajinama and Phoenix and all that other stuff. Anyway, so like I said, subscribe and hit the bell, like the video. I also have an Instagram, which I'll probably post something on Instagram in the next couple days. I say that. Will I? I'll probably forget. But I have an Instagram. Follow me on there, and I'll show off a game. I'll be like, oh, check it out. It's Baten Kaitos on the GameCube. And here's like the back, and here's like the 2 disc, and I'll give a brief history of like what the game's about, and like, oh, what's your favorite memory of the game, stuff like that. Because like I've got my own little museum here of games, and it's fascinating to see the history of these games, the when they came out, what the graphics were like, or how the gameplay was, and it captures what life was like for video games at that time. And I really enjoy just looking at my shelf and seeing the history of these games, and I hope to share some of the history with you guys through Instagram, and even through my unboxing videos, or my update videos, or even the Let's Play videos. Like, just to share the love of video games and the history. That's what this channel's all about, is all that, plus some anime. I mean, I throw an anime in there sometimes too. I mean, in fact, speaking of anime, I got a One Piece movie as well. It's $5, sure, but anyway, yeah. I'm rambling on at this point, but the last thing I want to say is I have a Discord. So if you want to join my Discord, and we talk about anime, of course, and video games, definitely, and Pokemon, and we have memes, and we have like anime watch nights, and just a bunch of fun stuff on the channel. So if that interests you, just say, I want to join your Discord. I'll be like, cool, here's an invite, and you can join our community of nerds where we have fun, hang out, nerd out, as I always say. Yeah, I think that's all I have. So, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoy the rest of your day.